Joining us from the Lone Star State, from Dallas, FC Dallas midfielder, young star on the rise, Kellyn Acosta. Kellyn, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Pleasure's all mine. First and foremost, congratulations to being called up to the under-20 team. How did that feel when you got that call?
I mean, it's a dream come true. I mean, I've always wanted to play another World Cup, and this year it's like kind of my age, so I need to take leadership, and so hopefully we can get the results and do well.
Let's talk a little bit about that before we get to MLS and the upcoming game on the weekend. Obviously, your mindset has to change completely from the strategy you're playing in MLS compared to now. You're going to go up against some of the best young players in your age bracket in the world. Obviously, you've got to focus a lot differently. Have you started to refocus now at the job at hand for Team USA?
No, I haven't. I mean, right now my main focus is FC Dallas. I'm going to have a big game tomorrow against LA, so I mean, once that's over with, then I can switch my focus and focus on the World Cup. But as of right now, I'm just focused on the game tomorrow.
Yeah, let's talk about the upcoming game against the LA Galaxy. This is going to be a real test for your squad. This is a veteran team, the champs. You guys right now are playing some outstanding offensive soccer all season long. You guys have been an offensive machine, but I'm sure your coaching staff has prepared you also to be ready defensively to play against the magicians of LA Galaxy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Galaxy is a really good team, and we have some respect for them always. So, I mean, I think we just need to continue what we're doing. We're getting a lot of goals. I think defensively we've been pretty sound. So we need to be consistent and stick to our plan. I think the game will go well for us.
I got to tell you, watching Fabian Castillo when he played with you guys with TFC in that matchup late in the hours of the morning, it was unbelievable the way this guy was playing out there. Just some great footwork, finishing. And it's unbelievable. When you're watching this guy, I'm sure that you're learning a ton from him in training and in game action. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, his 1v1 ability is outstanding. I mean, once you have him isolated, you know he can either beat his guy, get across, or get a chance. So we kind of feed off of what he gives us, and I think he's always in good spots and creates a lot of chances for us offensively.
You got to be comfortable knowing that behind you got two great veteran goalkeepers, Dan Kennedy, one of the best in the league, Chris Seitz when he's ready in goal as well. It's got to be comforting to have those guys back there making sure everyone is alert and ready on their defensive responsibilities.
Yeah, for sure. They're very vocal leaders on and off the field. They're very encouraging. So just always hearing their voice and talking to us is always comforting. I think they've done a tremendous job this year. I mean, I think we got scored a few times, but other than that, I mean, they've been doing their job in goal, and I mean, we're doing very well with them.
There's a nice mix on your squad, a lot of veterans, but also some young bloods on this squad, and that's got to be great for yourself. One of the young players on this squad, Walker Zimmerman, another young guy, Victor, another young guy. This is great that you can hang out with some of the young guys, but also get as much information and listen and get great advice from the veterans as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're glad that Oscar gives us the opportunity, and I mean, the team believes in us, and so I mean, going out there, we got to play like we're veterans, not just young players. But feeding off of the older guys, they're telling us information. I think every day we're growing, we're getting better, just giving them the information that they're giving to us every day. So, I mean, Blas he helps me out, and Matt and Zach from the back. So, I mean, every day I think we're progressing really well, and I think the results are coming for us.
You know, you mentioned Coach Oscar there. To me, it seems like he's a player's coach. It looks like once you get to game time, you guys already know what the plan of attack is. He's not the type of guy that's yelling and screaming. It seems to me he's a real player's coach. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows the game well. He used to play. So, and also for my position, he helps me and Vic out. And, I mean, we're all just one big family. Like, we joke around with each other off the field, and on the field, like, we're strictly business. Oscar, during practice, he installs a system into us, and I think we go out there and display the system that he has, and I think he's very proud of us and happy that the work that we put in.
It's got to be nice to have Orlando City with Kaká, New York City with David Villa, Jovinko here in TFC, many stars all over the league. As a youngster growing up, did you ever think one day you'd be playing against these guys in MLS?
I dreamed about it, but I never thought it would actually happen. But it's crazy to think that all these guys are here now. I got to play against Jovinko a few weeks ago. Also coming up Acosta. I mean, it's crazy things, but all here, and I'm gonna be playing against them. Like, I never thought this day would come.
Let's talk about the state of Texas. You're born there. We know that the state of Texas is a huge football state, but now to me, I think it's growing in leaps and bounds in the game you and I both love, and many out there love, the world sport, and that is calcio, football. And I think you see with Houston Dynamo, you see with your squad, FC Dallas, we look at the NASL, San Antonio Scorpions, and we look at your state, and it is growing at the grassroots level. How great is that to see as a youngster like you that was born and raised in Texas?
It's so good. I'm glad that it's going. I think a lot of young players are starting to just stick with soccer. I know most people, when I grew up, they would play soccer as their first sport and kind of just grow out of it and venture off into football or basketball or baseball. So, I mean, it's a great sight to see that everyone is sticking to soccer and really enjoying it. And also, I think as our fan base is growing tremendously too. So, I mean, this is a great sight to see.
Yeah, let's talk about that fan base. I got to tell you, a few years ago, it looked like it was struggling. And then all of a sudden they get to the MLS Cup final here in Toronto. Unfortunately, they lose to the Colorado Rapids under head coach Shaylin Hindeman, one of the greatest coaches in North America still today. And you could sense after that MLS Cup berth final that they were in, that it just started to taking off at another level with your fan support. More and more people are coming out, more and more support, more coverage. I mean, that's got to be great for a youngster like you to see that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the atmosphere during the games is crazy. I'm really enjoying it. It's hard to take it all in, but I think the PR people upstairs have done a great job drawing fans in and also us getting results is also playing a key role into that, because if we're not winning, people are not going to want to come out. So I think as a whole unit, I think we're doing a great job.
Let's talk about, the city of Dallas. It is a wonderful city. It's a city that has great weather all year round, more or less. And then you guys all of a sudden, early on in MLS season, have to go to some cold climates, and you possibly have to do that again late in the season. That's got to take a toll on you as a youngster and some of the veterans, knowing you're going to this beautiful weather from the state of Texas to maybe, who knows, you might go up to Montreal and it's absolutely frigid cold.
Yeah, it's definitely tough for us, but as you may not know, but Texas is pretty bipolar weather. One day it'll be nice and sunny. The next day it'll be pouring down rain, and then the following day I know we'll have snow. I think a couple months ago, like out of nowhere, we had like 4 straight days of snow, which is very uncommon. But I mean, it happens in Texas. Like it's definitely weird. But like you said, I mean, the climate change from Montreal to here, I mean, it's definitely different. I think it's just something we have to get used to. Like every pro player has to do it. So I mean, we all adjust to it just as much as they do.
It's got to be nice being a homegrown player. It's got to be nice that there is a reward for players like you that have worked so hard in the system to be given a shot. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely great. The whole academy system, I think. Things been working. I think FC Dallas, we have 12 homegrown, so I mean, it's a great thing to see guys going up, and they all look up to us, thinking we're drawing a lot of Texas talent coming in, trying to play for FC Dallas, trying to become the next homegrown. So, I mean, it was a dream come true. I'm coming from the academy and coming up to the pros. I would see them every day, walking to the locker room. I always wanted to be there, and then finally I got my opportunity thanks to Oscar and Shella. So, I mean, I'm just great to be here, and I'm very excited.
Talk about one of the cities that you've been early on this season that you've really enjoyed, and talk about one of the cities you're looking forward to play in.
One of the cities I've really enjoyed, I mean, the only one I've been to this year was probably Philly. We didn't do much, but the weather took a toll. We actually got the game got canceled on a Friday, and then we played on that Saturday. So I mean, that was kind of different and difficult for us, but I mean, we got out there, we got the win. And this year, what I'm looking forward to, probably Orlando City, and that's a place I've never been to. I think it'd be a great opportunity, and also play against Kaká. I mean, that's a dream come true, and it should be a good game.
I mean, watching him still at his age, it's unbelievable, eh, Kellyn? I mean, the way he patrols that midfield with that smile, and he still is a leader today in the game that we love so much. That's great to see.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Let's talk about now, just before we let you go, we can't let you go without talking about how you got to this point, this great success now, living the dream that many young kids would love to live, in playing professional soccer, getting paid, traveling, enjoying the lifestyle of a professional player. Along your path to get where you're at, was there a coach that believed in you? Was there a parent who believed in you, who never gave up and said, we're right behind you, we will never give up on you, and built your confidence up? Who were they?
Well, my coach, Zakinia, Coach V, I was with him for, I don't know, like 6 to 7 years, and he's taught me so much. And I just grew a lot playing with him, and I thank him for all my success. And then also just like the academy coach I had, Coach Oster, obviously, Coach Chris Hayden, Coach Azema, Coach Marco, and also like my guidance from my family. They kept my head on straight. So if it wouldn't have been them, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
And that is key. And when you sit back and you think about it, I'm pretty sure that your family says it was all worth it, because now you're living that dream. They get to see you play the game you love, make a living out of it, and it's all been for all success, and that's got to be fantastic.
Definitely fantastic. As a kid, I know I wanted to go out and hang out with friends. My dad insisted that I needed to practice, and just practice a few hours a day. And I think just doing that every day, got me to where I'm at today. I just want to implement. Practice makes perfect, and right now, I'm still learning and growing. So I continue to practice hard and stay after, and work on little things I need to do. So.
Now, you mentioned your dad. I'm just curious. I'm a parent of 2 boys, and still one son of mine is in the system. He's getting close to possibly college or university next year. And early on in his young playing career, I would try and critique and analyze wins and losses and how he played. But I think as he got to 15, 16, I stopped that. How did your dad handle that? Did he give you critiques? Was he quiet? Tell us about those rides home.
He was quiet. I was mainly the one always hard on myself, despite a win or a loss. I always talked to him on what I could work on. He told me to never be too hard on myself, but that's just how I am. I always want to do better than what I played. There's always little things you can work on. I think that also, he didn't really talk to me much, but that also just worked out for me in the long run.
That's outstanding. Kellyn Acosta of FC Dallas, we wish you nothing but success against the LA Galaxy in the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll see you in the MLS Cup final. Good luck with Team USA Under-20s as well, and we really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on Red Card, my friend.
No problem. Thanks so much for having me.
That is Kellyn Acosta of FC Dallas, a young star on the rise in MLS and for Team USA. Write that name down. I'm pretty sure you're going to read it a lot in the upcoming years for USA and FC Dallas. Who knows? He probably might make it overseas, and then you'll remember the name, Kellyn Acosta.